Rocky was released in 1976 and is written by Sylvester Stallone. It's an autobiographical tale about an underdog boxer named Rocky. Now I think everyone's at least heard the theme song for Rocky. Bum 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 boom boom. I don't know why I did that, but I did. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I watched all 6 movies recently on the 6-movie collection on Blu-ray, the Heavyweight collection. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. Hashtag not sponsored. But back to the new review. Now the movie follows down this boxer who likes to box, isn't living up to his full potential, and is making money by being a loan shark. A nice loan shark, but still. The movie starts off with Rocky winning a fight, but he's not really fighting with competitors who are on his level. He's good at boxing, he's just not living up to his full potential yet. And when he gets to the gym that he normally boxes at, Mickey's gym, he's basically, his locker's given away to another boxer because Mickey doesn't think he's worth training because he's not, he's a bum. And the world just shits on Rocky. He's trying to make a living with being a loan shark, and he's hitting on Adrian and making jokes and, trying to get with Adrian. Now, the movie then shows you Apollo Creed, the former heavyweight champion of the world, whose fight to retain the belt has been canceled. And every other fighter won't fight him, so he gets the idea to fight an underdog, given no name a shot. And it's on the bicentennial, which is the 200th celebration of Independence Day. That's the big event that's going to happen, that Apollo Creed sets up. He's going to fight an unknown fighter for the heavyweight championship of the world, and he gets the Rocky to fight him because his nickname is the Italian Stallion, and he loves that. He's like the Italian Stallion versus Apollo Creed. It's perfect. So he doesn't know anything about the fighter, he just knows his name and that he wants to fight him. So the promoter asks Rocky if he wants to fight, and he's like, no, I don't want to. Then he gives him a speech about, underdog fighting, and it's the American dream. So Rocky says yes, and he tries to get Mickey to train him, but Mickey doesn't. Well, actually, Mickey, scratch that, go back. Mickey actually wants to train Rocky now because Mickey learns through watching television that he's gonna fight Apollo Creed. So he tries to, he goes to his apartment and asks if he could train him. And they get into a huge argument, and Rocky was like, he should have trained me years ago, but now it's too late. And then they make up the street, and it's fine. Now, the real heart of the story is Rocky and Adrian. It's a love story at heart, and a really good one at that. It's a shy pet shop employee, and played by Adrian, and Rocky, the dumb boxer. They both ooze with character. It's a very sweet love story, and when I say shy, Adrian is painfully shy. Now, there's a sweet moment between the two of them where they go on a date set up by Paulie. Paulie is Adrian's older brother, and for some reason, Rocky's best friend. I don't know why. but for some reason, Rocky, hangs out with him. And it's not just so he can date his sister. So Polly sets this date up, which Adrian doesn't know about. Rocky asks again and again, and she knows that he set her brother set her up on a date with Rocky, and she did not know that. So, Polly gets aggressive, and then Rocky and Adrian go out, and it starts off a little shaky. They don't talk much, and then they get to an ice rink, and it's closed. But Rocky gives the guy some money so they can skate around and have a nice, sweet conversation, and you get to know these characters. You learn that Rocky's a southpaw, which means he fights left-handed, and that's important for later on. But you really get to know Adrian and Rocky, and you get to build on the relationship, and I think it's really sweet and endearing moment. And it happened because there was supposed to be like 200-300 extras, and the extras just didn't show up, so it actually made it more memorable because of that. And then they go back to Rocky's apartment. Rocky has to convince her to come up, but she does, and then they have a sweet kiss, and it really shows that this movie is a romance. It's a love story because these two have undeniable chemistry, and it's really great on screen. Then you get to see Rocky training montage, which is one of the other things that's most known for. I think most people know it for the training montages, especially in later movies, and that's great. And then you get into the fight, and I won't spoil what happens, but if you've ever seen it, or if if it's been spoiled for you, this movie came out in 1976, so obviously it's been out for a long time, but I still won't spoil it because I don't know who's seen this, and I'm probably not gonna. I don't know how many views this is gonna get, but probably like 1 or 2. So anyway, I won't spoil the ending, but it is a great ending. The whole movie is fantastic. If I have to give it a score, I give it a 5 out of 6 Rocky movies. And I say that I won't give it a perfect score, mainly because there's a subplot involving the loan shark, his boss, in the beginning of the movie, that doesn't really pay off. It's not really important, and at one point, he doesn't break the guy's arm or leg or something, and then he doesn't get in trouble for that. The loan shark boss is like, oh, you should do this, and he doesn't. And then when he gets the opportunity to fight Apollo Creed, he thinks something's going to come up with that, but he just gives him like $500, and then he goes to the fight, and that's it. So that subplot's kind of weird, but it doesn't hurt the movie too much. And then Paulie's kind of a jackass, and freaks out a couple times, but it is Paulie's character, and you can't really fault the movie for that because it's what Sylvester Stallone wrote. And I think besides those two things, it is a really well-made movie. All right, and if that's it, and if you want to come back and watch any of my other reviews or my reviews in the future, you can do that. Have a nice day. Bye.